right, thank you very much. My name is Keith McLane. I'm a benefit auctioneer from the San Francisco Bay Area, and this is Sell This, Not That, and Maximize Your Benefit Auction Fundraising. What we're going to talk about today is some various items and ways to pick items that will actually do very well in your live auction. So there's 7 basic key ingredients to a successful auction. You want a compelling mission, dedicated people, effective pre-auction marketing, prominent attendees, effective systems and technologies, of course, a professional benefit auctioneer, and then appropriate and quality inventory is very important. The first thing you want to do is make a plan. I think the biggest problem a lot of organizations make is that they just say, okay, volunteers, go out and get things. And the biggest problem there is that you end up with a hodgepodge, you end up with a lot of karate lessons and teeth whitening and chiropractor services and things like that that aren't going to bring in the money. So a better plan is to be well prepared with your audience's tastes, be well prepared with your audience's financial capabilities, have a wide appeal, include a variety of items and packages, you have a lot of different things, and also include your most expensive items or packages in your live auction. I like the acronym CDE, which is you want to divide your people into cold callers, door knockers, and elephant hunters. Cold caller, obviously people who like to get on the phone. Door knockers are people who aren't afraid to go up to a business and knock on the door. And your elephant hunters are obviously the people who are going for the big items. Things that seem to do really well, trips and outings are probably the holy grail of your benefit auctions. With the main one being weekend or week-long stints at vacation homes, condos, or resorts. They're easy to procure, they're easy to understand, and everybody wants them at some price. The sister to that is VIP experiences. These are things very much like trips and outings or just plain old experiences, but things that you can't get on the open market, things you can only get at your auction right here, right now. You know, like a plane ride or something in someone's airplane. Food and wine obviously always does very well at benefit auctions in your live auction. Whether you have immediate desserts and cocktails right there, or events at restaurants. Food and wine always seems to be a very popular item. Sports. A lot of people don't like sports items because they themselves aren't into sports items. What I've found is that sports items really seem to bring out new buyers. A lot of times you have the same buyers bidding. When you throw in some sports and celebrity memorabilia, you seem to get some new buyers. Also, often your provider will have 2 and you can double down. Anything you can bundle is obviously a really good thing to put in your auction as well, although you got to keep in mind and make sure that it's a true bundle and not just a hodgepodge of junk thrown together. The quintessential bundle would be a big night out where you have limo ride tickets or limo ride tickets to something and a dinner in a hotel perhaps. Good items for a group where everyone knows each other. Sometimes maybe if you have a party for 12 or 15 or 20 people, that'd be hard for people to put together if the group didn't know each other, but if you have a school or something where everybody knows everybody, they can put together those groups. I also love items you can create out of thin air. I heard a great example of somebody using naming rights, for example. So something you wouldn't even think of, something you already have, can make a wonderful item as well. Items procured on the spot. I heard a story last night of an auctioneer who got up, there was no inventory. He got up there and they said, sorry, we don't have anything. He immediately started calling out audience members saying, hey, anybody have anything they want to sell? And people threw things out. I know auctioneers now who do that on a regularly. The easiest item I ever sold was dinner with a certain celebrity chef for 10 people at his restaurant in New York. They told me this is going to be embarrassing if you don't get at least $15,000, which for dinner for 10 seems like a lot of money. Since we're all auctioneers here in the room, you know what it's like when people when you start the bidding at $5,000 or something, and it's a sea of hands. Bottom line, it ended up selling for $62,500. Why? Because it's easy to understand, everybody wants it at some price, and it's a real, true, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Difficult to sell items are more things that are complicated or hard to understand, have a very specific or narrow appeal, remind people of unpleasant things, have a relatively expensive minimum acceptable bid, take up a lot of space. It's kind of obvious there. Jewelry, art, furniture, and rugs. I like putting 1 or 2 pieces of jewelry perhaps in an item, but you put too much of it, it really can slow your auction down. And it's always key to think, would you wear it or would you put this thing in your house? Because if the answer is no, you probably shouldn't put it in your live auction. The toughest item I ever sold was this thing. What is that, you ask? Well, it's a bathtub that costs $7,000, and they told me that the minimum bid you could sell, it's if you can't step over the ledge, the door opens, so it's like a walk-in bathtub. And the challenge with that is it reminds people of, the fact that you can't step into your own bathtub. It cost $7,000. The minimum I could sell for was $4,000. And once you buy it, it's another $7,000 to install it. So obviously that was a pretty tough item to sell. Anyway, thank you very much for your participation. My name is Keith McLane. If anybody has any questions, I'd obviously love to help you out. And I can reach the phone number or the email address there. Thank you so much.